top stories for the hour. Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Taruna says national transformation is driving Ethiopia's progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Botswana has expressed a strong interest in strengthening its trade and investment partnership with Ethiopia. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It's me, Makrela. See you with today's updates. Do stay with us. Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Taruna has affirmed that Ethiopia's comprehensive reform efforts following the National Transformation Agenda has significantly enhanced the country's capacity to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). The Ministry of Planning and Development hosted a high-level consultation forum in Addis Ababa, bringing together national stakeholders to discuss a draft of Ethiopia's third voluntary National Review 2025 report. And as a remark, the Deputy Prime Minister highlighted that Ethiopia is working to align its development goals with those of the United Nations, stating that the country is undertaking effective work to ensure the implementation of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. Minister of Planning and Development Fitsum Asafa also addressed the forum. Fitsum indicated that the report preparation involved numerous institutions and relevant stakeholders and confirmed that it was prepared after being reviewed by the independent consultation. The consultation forum demonstrated Ethiopia's unwavering commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, showcasing its steadfast stance on inclusive and transparent reporting of its progress. The government of Ethiopia is actively engaging in economic diplomacy to enhance Ethiopia's development endeavors, high-ranking government officials stressed. Developed in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, Ethiopian Investment Holding, and the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, the diplomatic guide seeks to improve understanding and facilitate effective communication regarding Ethiopia's evolving political landscape. Speaking at the event, Foreign Affairs Minister Gideon Timotheos emphasized that the guide reflects the rationale behind the homegrown economic reform initiative, which aims to address economic challenges and foster prosperity for the Ethiopian people. He stressed that the importance of recognizing the success of the homegrown economic reform and aligning economic diplomacy accordingly. Finance Minister Ahmed Shide, on his part, mentioned about the significance of the diplomatic guide, describing it as a critical tool that aligns with Ethiopia's national economic reform. The guide would enable diplomatics to understand the transformative vision of the homegrown economic reform initiative and fostering sustainable and inclusive growth. The National Election Board of Ethiopia has announced that the upcoming 7th national election will be supported by a fully integrated digital system, marking a significant step towards the modernization of Ethiopia's electoral process. As part of its preparation, NEBE is rolling out a range of digital initiatives designed to enhance transparency, efficiency, and accessibility. This includes the launch of comprehensive digital platforms for both candidate registration and voter enrollment, two critical pillars of the electoral system. Speaking at the forum's opening, NEB chairperson Melatwork Hailu reaffirmed the board's commitment to leveraging technology to strengthen democratic institutions. She highlighted the development of the robust technology-driven election management system as a major milestone in NEB's reform agenda. Chairperson Melatwork confirmed that the digital application for both candidates and voters registration have been fully developed and are now operational. All candidates registration for the upcoming election will be conducted exclusively through this system.
EBC World, the new voice of Pan-Africanism, has finalized its preparations to keep you posted on new developments, trending issues, and sundry other aspects in English, French, and Arabic. EBC World, Your voice of Pan-Africanism is coming to you live in multimedia formats, including television, radio, and stream, promoting Ethiopia and Africa using news, analysis, and programs, using state-of-the-art technology. EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism.
Ethiopia has taken a significant step in bolstering its national emergency response capability by launching a large-scale emergency medical team stimulation exercise. Speaking at the occasion on Monday, Health Minister Dr. Maqdes Daba highlighted that the simulation aims to evaluate and enhance Ethiopia's preparedness for health emergencies. Tigger Sernesa has the following report from the Ethiopian News Agency.
Ethiopia has taken a significant step in bolstering its national emergency response capabilities by launching a large-scale emergency medical team simulation exercise. British Embassy in Ethiopia through UKMAID and the UK Emergency Medical Team has extended support consisting of 12 teams for a 3-day simulation exercise. Support also includes a new facility capable of serving 100 patients per day and providing access to various medical services. Speaking at the occasion on Monday, Health Minister Dr. Maqdes Daba highlighted that the simulation aims to evaluate and enhance Ethiopia's preparedness for health emergencies.
This simulation is not only test of our technical preparedness, but it is going to also test the vital platform that would sharpen our operational protocols and also strengthen our capacity. Through this initiative, we are strengthening our Ethiopian National Public Health Emergency Management Center and our Emergency Medical Center, our MT team, have been deployed in different scenarios. They also supported other regional counterparts. And as you have heard earlier from African CDC team, and who have also joined us in here, our colleagues from WHO, we work very collaboratively together, and we really want to ensure that this EMT center that is going to be set up in Ethiopia is going to be a regional collaboration and a collaboration hub.
Ethiopian Public Health Institute Director General Masai Hailu praised the dedication of Ethiopia's emergency medical teams. He further emphasized the urgency of preparing for increasingly complex emergencies driven by climate change, rapid urbanization, migration, and emerging infectious diseases.
Driven by a number of factors, including climate change, rapid urbanization, increased mobility and migration, emerging infectious diseases, we witness that our world is affected by increasingly more complex emergencies. Our learning from past experience shows us that we need to increasingly anticipate, prepare, and build robust enabling systems to protect and preserve human life. This is what makes the simulation exercise we launched today ever so important. It allows us the opportunity to test our capacities and the capabilities, real-time coordination, and overall effectiveness of our emergency medical teams.
UK Ambassador to Ethiopia Darren Welch commended the Ethiopian government's commitment to high-quality emergency medical response.
UK and Ethiopia collaborate extensively in the field of health. We've got a long-standing commitment to supporting capacity building in health in emergencies, especially the EPHI, which does such a wonderful job. We feel confident in you and safe, actually, knowing that we've got such fantastic leadership of the organisation addressing health challenges here in Ethiopia and beyond. And our colleagues at the UK Health Support Agency also support EPHI on pandemic preparedness. And many of us will feel just that little bit safer after the agreement at the World Health Assembly recently on a new pandemic preparedness treaty, in which Ethiopia played an important role actually in representing and supporting interests of the global south to make sure we got a good, fair deal.
During the event, Ethiopian Public Health Institute Director General Masai Hailu and UKMAID CEO David Withwick signed a memorandum of understanding to further strengthen cooperation in public health and emergency responses.
Botswana expresses its commitment to exploring trade and investment avenues to bolster business engagement with Ethiopia. The Botswanan Embassy in Addis Ababa, in collaboration with Interest Consulting Company, held a workshop today in Addis Ababa themed Andanet Rumogo Business Engagement event aimed at boosting collaboration between the two countries. Shagai Matau has the following report.
Ethiopia and Botswana established their bilateral diplomatic relations in 1967. Since then, the two countries have long been engaged in multifaceted areas. With regard to business cooperation, however, the two strategically located countries have not yet properly utilized the immense potentials. A workshop aimed at bolstering the trade and investment ties between the two countries have been organized by the Botswanan Embassy in Addis Ababa in collaboration with Interest Consulting Company under the Team Andinet Romo Business Engagement in the presence of investors and government officials from both countries, among others. On the occasion, Botswanan Ambassador to Ethiopia, Tevelo Alfred Boang, says Botswana is committed to strengthening bilateral relations not just at government level, but also among business communities.
This gathering symbolizes the growing friendship and the shared economic aspirations of the Republic of Botswana and the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Over and above all, it is a symbol of Botswana's deep commitment to strengthening bilateral cooperation, not only at the government level, but also, and more importantly, among business communities. As Botswana, we recognize that diplomacy in the 21st century must go beyond politics. It must empower trade, investment, innovation, and partnerships that uplift our people and create real impact.
The ambassador also highlighted the unique strategic location of the two countries, which facilitates trade among Africans to unlock the continent's immense potential, particularly through the African Continental Free Trade Area. He also underscores the significance of the workshop to exchange ideas on investment opportunities to promote Botswana's business opportunities to Ethiopian investors.
Hosting this event is a strategic step in our efforts to introduce Botswana's business opportunities to Ethiopian partners, particularly in sectors such as agribusiness, mining, leather industry, tourism, and manufacturing, as well to create a space for dialogue where ideas, innovation, and investment opportunities can be exchanged, and above all, to build enduring relationships between companies, institutions, and individuals that reflect the vision of a connected and prosperous African continent.
Founder of Interest Consulting Company, Thomas Loroto, for his part, reiterated the importance of the theme Andinet Romo, meaning unity and togetherness in Amharic and in Botswanan, to empower collaboration and drive growth across Africa to bring connections among African businesses.
It's an honor to stand before you today at this Andinet Romoho event, a gathering that truly embodies our shared vision of unity, collaboration, and progress for African businesses. We created Andinet as a pan-African business networking platform to connect African businesses, empower collaboration, and drive sustainable economic growth across our continent. The name Andinet means unity in Amharic, while Romoho means togetherness or unity in Setswana. These words perfectly capture the spirit of what we aim to achieve, bringing together diverse businesses and leaders from across Africa to build strong, lasting connections.
The event brought together private investors and government officials from both countries, policymakers, researchers, entrepreneurs, among others, where panelists spotlighted cooperation areas like agriculture, manufacturing, textile, aviation, and tourism, among others, between the two countries.
That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Turuna says national transformation is driving Ethiopia's progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And Botswana has expressed a strong interest in strengthening its trade and investment partnership with Ethiopia. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It was me, Magdalena, seeing you with today's updates. Goodbye.